In today's class, we are going to continue with application of derivatives. So last time we did it till increasing and decreasing function. So right now we are going to do, we'll start with maximum function and minimum values of functions, okay? Let me just share the screen. Okay, so maximum value of a function and minimum value of a function. How will we do that? First of all, let us see the definition. Suppose this is the definition for maximum value of any function f of x. A function f of x is said to have its maximum value. Okay, so you have a function f of x. उसका कोई भी maximum value होगा. Say at any point at any point c. Okay, f of x is the function, and c is the point where the function is attaining maximum value. Okay. Yes. So I was saying if a function f of x, if it is said to have a maximum value at any point c, okay, function f of x है, वो सबसे ज़्यादा ये जो maximum value लेता है, this one at point c, this is possible only if you have f of x is less than f of c, correct? All the other places, f of c का ये जो value है, ये सबसे greater है. And rest everywhere f of x, it is always lesser than f of c, correct? So then this value of f of c is called the maximum value of f of x. Okay, is called the maximum value of f of x. Likewise, whatever we did it for maximum, the same thing goes for minimum also. Okay, and that one more extra thing which I wanted to tell you is anyways, we'll come to that time I'll tell you. The next one is minimum value. Okay, minimum value of f of x. The minimum value, what do you think it will be? Exactly what we did it for maximum, exactly उसका उल्टा, करेक्ट? तो इसमें अगर सपोज कोई फंक्शन मिनिमम वैल्यू लेता है जैसे इसका ऑपोजिट, करेक्ट? मिनिमम वैल्यू मतलब दिस इज द प्लेस वेयर द फंक्शन इज टेकिंग सबसे कम वैल्यू. सपोज इफ दिस पॉइंट इज c वाला पॉइंट, करेक्ट? So then at any point c, what will you have? This relationship where it was f of x is less than f of c will now become ulta, because c is the least, correct? Is the minimum value. So f of x will be greater than f of c, such that this f of c is nothing but called the minimum value of the function. All right, if this is clear, I think we can one more extra note that I wanted to tell you is this: maximum value and minimum value are also called as extreme values. Okay, the maximum value of the function and the minimum value of the function are all also called as extreme values of the function. All right, so now there are a few sums or a few questions that we have to do. We'll solve the examples one by one. But before solving the examples, I wanted to give you few steps, as in how will we find the maximum value and how will we find the minimum value. Okay. Suppose these are the steps that you have to follow. All right. Suppose if you're just given a function f of x equal to something. Okay, one function they'll give you, and the question will be like find either the extreme values or find the maximum and the minimum value of the function, like that. Someone they'll give you. So what is the first step that you're going to do is always find, when f of x is given to you, always find out its first derivative and also its second derivative. Okay, find f dash x and f double dash x. These are the first step. That is how you have to proceed. Okay, and then your second step is to, as you're finding out extreme values, your second step will always be put your f dash x is equal to 0. Okay, always put that first derivative is equal to 0. So see, f of x is actually a function. F dash x, जो तुम उसको derivate करोगे, you will get an equation like that. Again, you're going to substitute it as 0. And then when you substitute it as 0, you will obtain values of x. Okay, you will obtain values of x. So that depends, that number of values that actually depends on the equation, the power of the equation. All right, so what order it is. So you'll obtain the values of x. Now these equations that you have obtained, okay, these equations or values of x that you have obtained, you will substitute substitute these values of x in, we had found out f dash x and f double dash x also. So this one we will be substituting in f double dash x. Okay, so that will tell us whether the function is attaining maximum value or minimum value or whatever it is. So now after when this step is done, okay, now the fourth step is kind of divided into two categories or two parts. That depends. Okay, first three step will be common to all the questions. Fourth step may you have to see which one applies. If suppose after substituting those values of x in f double dash x, if your f double dash x, if it is less than 0, okay, if it is less than 0, we always have a habit of saying less than 0 matlab minimum, greater than 0 matlab maximum, but यहाँ पे it is actually ulta. Okay, if it is less than 0, then the function attains maximum value at that particular point. Okay, it attains maximum value at that particular point. And in case, of course, as I said, it is ulta. If it is greater than 0, then the function attains minimum value at that particular point. Is it clear? Because we always have a habit of saying less than 0 means it is minimum and greater than 0 means it is maximum. No, here it is ulta. All right, that you have to remember. And then we can accordingly decide ki, kahan pe the function is attaining maximum value and minimum value, and then what is that value. Okay, so that also we can do. So let us quickly do one problem, and then this will hopefully be very clear. They will give you just this question and quickly go through the step one f of x they'll give you. You have to follow all these steps. The very first step is finding out f dash x and f double dash x. Then for finding out the extreme values, you will substitute f dash of x equal to 0. Alright. So when you substitute it equal to 0, you will get values of x. Value or values of x, that actually depends on your equation. Then the third step will be जो value तुमको मिलता है of x वो तुमको substitute करना है double dash x में. Alright. So after getting the double dash x में substitute करने के बाद जो value मिलता है, then you have to see whether it is less than 0 or greater than 0 depending. So that will tell you whether the function attains a maximum value or minimum value. I'll take an example and it will be very clear. For example, this is a question and they're telling you find the maximum and minimum value of the function. Of the function. All right, so this is the question they're giving you. This is 3x cube minus 9x square minus 27x plus 15. All right, so this is the question they've given you. As I said, what was the first step? Our first step was to first we'll find out f dash x and we'll find out f double dash x. So that's like normal differentiation ही करना है. So yeah, f dash x we have to find, and we'll also find f double dash x. By now, as I already said in the previous video, you should be very thorough with differentiation as we come to its application now. So how will we derivate this? This is nothing but if you're still not okay, you can do it separately and then write the answers over here. This will be 3 as it is, and then x cube ka will be 3x square, right? So that will be, anyways, I'll do that. 3 as it is, the constant, and then derivative of x square will be 3x square, right? And then minus 9, the constant as it is. Derivative of x square is nothing but 2x minus 27 constant as it is. X ka it is 1. So then this is a constant. So we'll leave it as it is. So we get f dash of x as 9x square minus 18x minus 27. Alright. So now the f double dash x. What is f double dash x? The second order, right? So जो तुमने एक बार derivate किया है, that is your f dash x. F double dash x मतलब you are derivating it again, right? We have to derivate that one more time. So this will be 9, the constant as it is. X square ka I just told you, so that is equal to 2x minus 18 as it is, and this is a constant, so we'll leave it. So this will be 18x minus 18. So this is your f double dash x and this is our f dash x, correct? Yes. So what our first step was to find out f dash x and f double dash x. This step is done. Second step, you have to substitute first derivative equal to 0, f dash of x. right? What is that for? We are finding the extreme values, right? For finding the extreme values, we'll substitute f dash of x is equal to 0. Let me substitute f dash of x equal to 0. So what do we get on substituting f dash of x equal to 0? F dash x is 9x square minus 18x minus 27, which is equal to 0, correct? So now you can, this is of course a quadratic, you can solve it like this also, but what I see is 9, 18, 27 are all multiples of 9, and if I take 9 outside common, equation और भी थोड़ा simplify हो जाएगा, it becomes easy for me to calculate. So I'll take that 9 outside, whatever remains, x square minus, this is 9 to the 18 to 2, and then minus 3, which is equal to 0. Alright. So now this is like two things. 9 into something is equal to 0. So this rule I think you all know it already. A into b is equal to 0. Two numbers को multiply कर रहे हैं तो 0 मिलता है. Right? Two numbers को भी multiply, two terms को भी multiply. 9 into this thing we're multiplying, that is equal to 0. Either this term will be equal to 0 or this term will be equal to 0. That is either 9 will be equal to 0 or this bracket will be equal to 0, correct? But we know that 9 is not equal to 0, right? हम ये दो terms को multiply करें 9 into this bracket which is equal to 0, मतलब या तो ये 0 होना चाहिए या तो ये 0 होना चाहिए, but we know that 9 is not 0, right? So we'll have the next term, the bracket as 0, minus 3, which is equal to 0, correct? So after having this much, this is like a normal quadratic equation which you have to solve. How do we solve this? We can either do it using a formula method or factorization, whatever you want. So this is minus 3. Two numbers on multiplying gives me minus 3. And those two numbers only on adding gives me minus 2. What are those two numbers? So those two numbers are nothing but minus 3 and plus 1, right? Minus 3 into 1 gives me minus 3. And then when I add plus 1, that also gives me minus 2. So the numbers are x square minus 2x, I will split it like this. Minus 3x plus x minus 3, which is equal to 0. So I'm taking x common from here. So what remains? X minus 3. And then plus 1, I take common from here. What remains is x minus 3, which is equal to 0. Now, the terms that are common in the bracket, you can write those terms. So that is nothing but x minus 3 into x plus 1, which is equal to 0. So then these two terms, again the same thing that I told you, no? Upar two terms on multiplying is giving you 0. Matlab, either this term is 0 or this term is 0. So we can have kuch bhi, right? Ya to this can be 0 or this can be 0. What if this is 0? If this is 0, then x will be equal to 3. Or if this is 0, then x will be equal to minus 1, correct? So these are the values that you're getting on substituting f dash of x is equal to 0. This is what I told you in the beginning while giving the step. Put f dash of x equal to 0, you will obtain values of x. Yes, we have obtained values of x. What are our values? 3 and minus 1, right? Now, what after the second step? You will substitute these values of x in f double dash x. Okay, so अभी हमको दो values मिला है, वो हम substitute करेंगे f double dash x में. So we have got these two values. So let me just substitute x is equal to minus 1 first. There is no such order that you have to substitute this only first. It is a छोटा है, तो I'm taking it. Well, you can write 3 also. So when x is equal to minus 1, okay, for this value, what are we doing? We're substituting it in double dash x. What was the double dash x? F double dash x was equal to 18x minus 18. Yes, so that's 18x minus 18. Now we will substitute. So f double dash of x में हम substitute कर रहे हैं, right? F double dash of x में x की जगह हम क्या substitute कर रहे हैं? We're going to substitute minus 1. Okay, f double dash x is the main equation, and यहाँ पे you're going to substitute the value of x as minus 1. So here only I'll make that change. F double dash of minus 1 is 18 into minus 1 minus 18. So what is this? This is equal to minus 18 minus 18. This is equal to minus 36. Okay, this is equal to minus 36. What did I tell you after substituting double dash x? After substituting the double dash x, you have to see whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0, no? So what did we get the answer? The answer is minus 36. So what? So this is less than 0, correct? So what if it is less than 0? I told you it is ulta. Less than 0 matlab maximum, right? So the function f of x. Let's see. So the function f of x attains maximum value at x is equal to -1. Alright, at x is equal to -1, right? At x is equal to -1, it is obtaining this value. Don't write -36. Okay, this value only tells you whether maximum है या minimum है. But exactly कहाँ पे maximum है या कहाँ पे minimum है, this value of x tells you. Alright. Okay, so we have done it for x equal to -1. But we had one more value also, right? X equal to 3 भी था. So we have to do it for x equal to 3 as well. So we'll do it. So for x equal to 3, f double dash x, which is equal to 18x minus 18. So we have f double dash of 3, which is equal to 18 into 3 minus 18. So this is nothing but 54 minus 18. So that's equal to 36. Now this is 36 plus 36, which is of course greater than 0. So greater than 0 means I've told you that the function attains minimum value at x is equal to how much? 3, right? Don't write 36. As I said, this only tells you if it is maximum or minimum. But kahan pe maximum ya kahan pe minimum, that the value of x tells you, correct? Now, what if they tell you to find out, see, the question, you have to read it properly. If they tell you, just find out the function, the points where, or the values where the function attains maximum or minimum value, you'll stop it till here only. Are you understanding? If in the question they tell you find the values where the function attains maximum value or minimum value, then this would be the end. But here in the question it is said find the maximum and minimum value of the function. तुमको जो actual maximum value है या actual minimum value है वो तुमको find करना है. ये जो हमने find किया, ये हमने सिर्फ इतना find किया कि कहाँ पे maximum है या कहाँ पे minimum है. जैसे x is equal to जब 3 होता है तब वो minimum है, x equal to -1 है तब वो maximum value लेता है. But कितना लेता है, कितना maximum, कितना minimum, that we don't know, right? So we'll do that because it is said in the question, find out maximum value or minimum value. So now our maximum value will be, what will be our maximum value and what will be our minimum value? Now we know that the function is taking maximum at -1 and minimum at 3, right? So whatever the original function is, what was our original function? Original function matlab the question, this thing, 3x cube minus 9x square minus 27x plus 15. Okay, so ये वाला है maximum value, as we know that it is at -1. So this function may you substitute जहाँ पे the f of x that you had 3x cube minus 9x square minus 27x plus 15. यहाँ पे you find this maximum at x equal to -1. Okay, so the maximum value will be 3 into -1 cube minus 9 into -1 square minus 27 into -1 plus 15, and then when you calculate it, the answer will be equal to 30. All right, now what will you do it for minimum? Minimum, we know that it is at 3, so we will find out f of 3. Now the f of 3 में this equation, wherever you have x, we will substitute 3 ka value. Okay, 3x 3 cube minus 3 square minus 27 into 3 plus 15, so the answer is minus 66. Okay, on calculating this, you get the final answer is minus 66. So just you can, if you want, write the last step. So hence, the function f of x has maximum value at 30. Okay, maximum value 30 at x equal to -1, and minimum value, how much is the minimum value? Minus 66, where at x equal to 3. Okay, so this thing you all can write in the question. Now I hope this is clear. This is only the step. अभी तो यहाँ पे direct function दिया था f of x, so we could easily do because I had given you the steps already कि तुमको पहले क्या क्या find करना है, then क्या substitute करना है, what will you get, and on what basis will you decide whether it is maximum or minimum. But sometimes this function is not directly given to you. जैसे यहाँ पे दिया था 3x cube and minus 9x square. No, this function. Instead of that function, They will give you a word problem or a statement type of problems where you have to frame and get the equation. Then you will have to solve also and find out ki maximum hai ki minimum hai. All right. So that also you have to find. So for example, if you have a word problem question like this is one word problem. This is again based on maximum minimum function, but they're not giving you the functions directly. We have to frame the this thing. So divide the number 84 into two parts such that product of one part and square of other is maximum. Alright. Divide the number 84 into two parts. They telling you. Just itna hi bola hai into two parts. Okay. Such that the product of one part and square of the other is maximum. All right. So you have to find this thing. So how will you do this when they're telling you divide the number 84 into two parts? By any chance, are they telling you that you have to divide them into two equal parts? No, right? They're not telling you divide them into two equal parts. जो तुम 42 और 42 करो और तुमको easily 48 मिल जाएगा, 84 मिल जाएगा. It's not like that. They're telling you divide into two parts. Two parts means 84 को I can divide it like this also, 80 and 4. That is also okay. या फिर 84 को I can divide it like this also, 82 and 2. That is also okay. That's my choice, right? Because they're not telling you in what proportion you have to divide them. All right. So they are just telling you that divide 84 into two parts. How will we divide this now? Suppose 84 is that exact number, and we don't know this is that 84. We have to divide this into two parts. Let us call the one part. Let one part be x. Okay. Let one part be x. Then if I ask what should be the other part, there are many who might have thought that we can take the other part as y. But no, it is not like that. This is something, we have to do this using one variable only. हम y इधर ले लेंगे और फिर y, like it becomes too much why to take it as y when we know the entire length is 84. One part is x, so the remaining part will be how much? Suppose if you have a full length is 5, one part is 2. What is the remaining length? It is 3. No, how did you get this 3? It is 5 minus 2. Likewise, for this entire 84 kL, if I divide the one part and this one part is equal to x, what will be the remaining part? The remaining part will be 84 minus x, right? So that is how you should do. Let one part be x, then the other part will be 84 minus x, correct? The other part will be 84 minus x. Of course, when the one part is x, the other part will be 84 minus x. Okay, so now we have dealt with the two parts. One part is x and the other part is 84 minus x. Now what are they telling you? What is the condition such that the product of one part, matlab there is a something called product, okay? Product matlab multiplication. Product of one part, कोई एक पार्ट, इन दोनों में से कोई एक पार्ट एंड द स्क्वायर ऑफ द अदर इज मैक्सिमम. ओके, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ दोनों का मल्टीप्लाई करना है, एक पार्ट का प्रोडक्ट मतलब इन दोनों का प्रोडक्ट एक पार्ट का और देन दूसरे पार्ट का स्क्वायर. Is this the only way possible? No, right? The other way is also possible. See, they are just telling you product of one part. So I can take the one part as this part also, 84 minus x, and then the square of the other part. Okay, and the square of the other part. You can either take this or you can either take this. Both are okay. Okay. So suppose if I take the second one. Okay. So the major function is x square into 84 minus x. I hope this is clear to everyone because यहाँ पे they telling you product of मतलब multiplication of two things. What are those two things? One part. So this is that one part and square of the other part. So this was one part and this was other part. So हमने ये part लिया है और इसका square लिया है. या ये भी ले सकते हो. That's also okay. So this is the function that we have. Now we have got the function. As I said here, the function was not directly given to you. It was a word problem, and then you have to frame the equation and then find such that the product is maximum, correct? That is what they told us. The product is maximum. So somewhere you will have, anyways, we'll cover that and then we'll see. We'll do that practically and then we'll discuss. What was the first step? First step, you should not forget, that was nothing but f dash x and f double dash x. So these were the two, or what do you call, the two equations that you were supposed to find out. So these are the two equations, f dash x and f double dash x. I think now I can directly write it. 2 into 84 is nothing but 168 into x minus 3x square, and then f double dash x, that is nothing but 168 minus 6x. Right. So now for extreme values, now the same question for extreme values. What did we do after this? We substituted f dash of x equal to 0. If you have forgotten this step, you can just go back and see the steps again. What did we do? F dash of x equal to 0. So we're going to substitute f dash of x equal to 0. That is nothing but 168x minus 3x square. We are going to substitute it as 0. All right. So after this, yeah. So जैसे ऊपर वाला sum था, we had 9 common throughout. यहाँ पे we can have 3 common, right? So when I take 3 common, what will get? 3 5 is 15, 3 6 is 18, x minus 3x square. But the thing is, here we are also getting some x also common, right? So let us take x also common. 56 minus 6, which is equal to 0. All right. Okay. So after taking this much common, now these terms, like सबको हम नबी initially you only had the above some number 9 into that bracket, which is equal to 0. So we had only two terms, but here we have three terms. 3 है, x है, और फिर bracket वाला term में this is equal to 0. So मतलब either this will be equal to 0, or this will be equal to 0, or this will be equal to 0. But now we know that this is not equal to 0 because 3 can never be equal to 0. So we'll have ये दोनों में से, right? Either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. So we can have either x equal to 0 or 56 minus x equal to 0. So we'll have x equal to 0 or x will be equal to 56. Alright? Or x will be equal to 56. So if x equal to 0, if agar x is equal to 0, what are we doing? Those values that we got, the values of x that we're going to substitute in f double dash of x. F double dash of x will be equal to 168 minus 6x. So we're going to substitute these values in f double dash x. So after substituting, what do we get? F double dash of 0, as I said, because हम x के जगह पे we're going to substitute 0. So that's 168 minus 6 into 0. Hence we get this is 168, which is actually greater than 0, correct? So which is greater than 0. But greater than 0 means what? Greater than 0 matlab the function attains minimum value at x equal to 0. All right. So then, but what did we want? We initially wanted, the question में क्या था? They said the product has to be maximum, right? Product has to be maximum, matlab double dash x तो should be actually less than 0. So then this value of x is not going to work. See, this two values we had, no? X equal to 0 and x equal to 56. X equal to 0 के लिए तो हमको minimum आ रहा है. So we can reject this value. What will be the other value? X equal to 56. But before confirming that x equal to 56 is the answer, we have to also check that it is correct है कि नहीं है. तो हम for x equal to 56 के लिए check करेंगे. What will we do? We'll do the same procedure whatever we did it for x equal to 0. X equal to 0 के लिए find out f double dash x. What is f double dash x? The same thing, 168 minus 6x. So f double dash of 56 will be nothing but 168 minus 6 into 56. This is equal to minus 168 as the final answer, which is less than 0. Okay. So now when your f double dash of 56 is less than 0, so f of x attains maximum value at x equal to 56. Okay, it attains maximum value at x equal to 56. So now yes, this is correct because initially in the product also they said that the product has to be maximum, correct? So x equal to 56, this value I think we can accept. So what will be the two parts now? So the two parts will be x equal to 56, and what was the other part? The other part was 84 minus x, right? So that will be 84 minus 56, which is actually equal to 28. So these are the two parts. So you can write the final answer. the two parts are 56 and 28. Okay, just go through the steps that I had given, and then maximum function and minimum value of function will not be tough at all, even if the only equation is given to you, or if they give you only word problem and then tell you to frame the equation and find out the solution. That will also be not tough. Okay, that will also be easy. So let us do one more question on this. It is just that you have to be very thorough with the all the formulas of derivatives. That is very important, and these steps that I gave you. Other than that, it is not a big deal. Okay, so let us do one more word problem. This will be the last word problem on maximum function, minimum function, and I just wanted to give you a little more theory on this. Okay, suppose a rod of 108 meters long is bent to form a rectangle. Find its dimension if the area is maximum. Okay. Acha, 1 second. Abhi, after writing this question, something strikes. In case if this question, when they're telling you product of one part and square of other part is maximum, but by any chance, अगर यहाँ पे maximum की जगह minimum होता, if instead of this word maximum, the same question, same numbers, if the word would have been minimum, then what will you do? We initially started with these two values, no, x equal to 0 and 56. So 0 pe we are getting minimum, right? So then we will select this value and we'll discard 56 wala. Okay, we're going to do it for both, and then we will decide कि कौन सा वाला choose करना है या कौन सा वाला reject करना है. All right. So likewise, if there is even a change, अभी maximum की जगह पे minimum, या अगर ये वाला question में भी अगर minimum होता, so then you have to do it that way only. Okay. Um, Now, okay, a rod of 108 meters long is bent to form a rectangle. Okay, a rod is bent to form a rectangle. Find its dimension if the area is maximum. All right, if the area is maximum. What are they telling you in this question? There is a rod, long rod of 108 meters. उसको bend किया है throughout this rectangle. Okay, rectangle. What are the things that you know about a rectangle? Let us not speak about the angles right now because we don't need it. We're talking about area, so we'll focus more on length and breadth. Okay, length, breadth. So all these, breadth is equal to breadth, so matlab opposite sides are equal, no, in when you talk about a rectangle. So let us call its length as x and let us call its breadth as y. So let x be the length of rectangle and y be its breadth. Okay, now what do you know about this? See, वो जो rod था 108 meters, उसको ये सब में bend किया है इतना exactly at this shape so that it forms a rectangle. Correct, rectangular बनाया है उसको. So वो जो 108 है वो ये 1 2 3 4 चार sides में equally apply हुआ है ना. So how will you write that चार sides में 2 length and 2 breadth आया है. So that is nothing but 2 times x is 2 times y, right? So that is equal to 108 because the entire rod is bent in this form of rectangle, right? And x is length and y is breadth, so that 2 length and 2 breadth, so the equal kar diya, so that comes to 108. So now what we can do is we can find out value of one variable in terms of the other, because as I said, like the previous question also, जहाँ पे 84 था, I told you it is better to write it in one variable only. So here also we want to write it in terms of one variable. So what we'll do is हम एक का value find करेंगे and we'll write it in terms of other. You can do it anything you want. Okay. So suppose I'm trying to find the value of y in terms of x. So this will be 108 minus 2x. What will be y? Y will be nothing but this full thing divided by 2, right? So it will be 54 minus x. So that will be the value of y. इसके बाद मैंने लिखा y is equal to 108 minus 2x divided by 2. So then that is 54 minus x. So this is your main equation number 1. Alright. After this, they're telling us about the area of rectangle. What about the area of rectangle? For that, यहाँ पे since we have to focus on the area of rectangle, area का formula we should know. What is the formula for area of rectangle? It's nothing but length into breadth, right? 1 second. Okay. What is the formula for area of rectangle? It is nothing but length into breadth, right? So after doing length into breadth, that we know. What is the length? Length is nothing but x. What was breadth? Y. But what is our y now? We have found out the equation which is in terms of x, right? So 54 minus x. Are you understanding? Why did I find that y is equal to 54 minus x? Why did I do this? Because only then we could have found out the value of y in terms of x. So then it is easy for us to calculate. So this area of rectangle, because they told us they want the area to be maximum, right? So area, so this will be our original function, all right, f of x. So what will be f of x? F of x is nothing but I just open the bracket. So that is 54x minus x square. Now from this, what are we going to do? We're going to do that same thing, the same steps that I told you. We'll find out f dash x and we'll find out f double dash x. That is equal to, so now this is your derivating 54 minus 2x, and this will be nothing but when you're derivating this again, so this will be 0 minus 2. Okay, so this is equal to minus 2. Right? Now what do we do after this? I suppose abhi tak to aa gaya hoga. So for extreme values, we substitute f dash of x equal to 0. I think we can do this quick now. So 54 minus 2x, which is equal to 0. So we get 54 is equal to 2x. So we get x ka value is 54 divided by 2. That gives me 27. Okay. So when I substitute that value, 27, x is equal to 27. So x is equal to 27. Where should I substitute? In the double derivative, right? F double dash x, which is equal to minus 2. But do you think by any chance, even if I substitute the value of x as 27, is this thing going to change? No, right? Because this is a constant function. F double dash x is equal to minus 2. मतलब इसके साथ कोई x वाला टर्म नहीं है ना, ये minus 2 ही है. तो अगर मैंने सपोज ये x की जगह पे मैं 27 डालूं या whatever डालूं, तो दो भी ये वैल्यू जो भी है ये minus 2 ही रहेगा. There is going to be no change in this value. No, it is a constant function. And this we know that it is less than 0. So less than है तो we know that it is the function takes maximum. Yes. So there is no problem at all right now. So area is maximum when x takes these values, when x is equal to 27. And then what will be the other value? What was the other value? Y, right? So what was y? Y was nothing but 50. What was y? Y was nothing but 54 minus x. So y is 54 minus x, which is equal to 54 minus 27. This is again equal to 27. So we have got the two values of x and y as 27 and 27 respectively. All right. So now this is a small difference in all the questions that we've done so far in this question. सब जगह पे हमको f dash of x में we got two values, right? Because f dash x हमेशा quadratic मिला था अभी तक, but ये linear है, so we only got one value, right? So thankfully this is like maximum only because the question is only framed in that way. But by any chance if you would have got two values or फिर एक maximum और एक minimum बोलते, then you have to do it the way how I told in the previous one, right? So this one we have got the values of x and y is 27, 27. So what is that 27, 27? Length is 27 and breadth is 27, right? What did they tell you to find out the dimensions of the rectangle? So dimensions of the rectangle, since it was 108 meters, right? The rod of length 108 meters was bent. So this will also be 27 meters and 27 meters. 27 meters in length and 27 meters in breadth. But can you see something? A rectangle here, but ये भी 27 है, ये भी 27 है. मतलब all sides are equal. So rectangle in which like all the sides are equal is nothing but a square, right? So that point also you can mention in the question. So all the sides are equal now. Length is equal to breadth, so that is why it will be a square now and not a rectangle. I suppose this is clear to everyone. So this was the last question on a maximum value and minimum value of the function.